Welcome back, everyone, to Letting All Fiends podcast. This is episode 29.
Big 29.
Biggest gamer.
I was like, Adam.
What are you laughing at?
I just laughing that, like, I think every time it's an episode, I say big X episode, and, like, I truly mean it's, like, a big episode. I'm not just throwing it out there just to throw it out there, but, like, I just found it funny that I always do that. And I don't, like, that's not a script or anything, guys. I just feel like this is a big episode. Yeah. Every episode, and I just, like, caught it myself. That's why I was laughing. But we're talking about To Hell with Being a Hero, chapter 2 to 300. And The Great Rulers, chapter 50 to 100, right?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, let's see. We started To Hell with Being a Hero. We actually stopped in a spicy spot.
Yeah, it was one like a terrible spot.
Yeah.
Because we were just like, oh, the fight's not over.
Yeah.
But our reading is.
Yeah.
And because they were fighting Zepar, one of the great demons.
Number 16?
Yeah.
That's pretty high up there.
And he was torturing, or no, he was trying to make Evelyn his slave.
Yeah.
Because in her previous life, she was originally a saintess, but he tricked everyone to think she was a witch.
So they were in the same timeline thousands of years ago.
Yeah, and then he got her killed. He got her village killed, and then she became a witch.
And then he died, he became a demon.
Yeah.
Clawed up from the demon empire, came to 16. That's honestly, both of those stories are crazy.
Yeah.
But
And then
it's a twist of fate.
It really is. And then he kidnapped her, and then Chiwu went in and rescued her with Expedition.
Yeah, so we had Noelle, who's Hyun's like right hand
woman.
Right hand woman. We had Ruama, like always.
Mm-hmm.
We have Hawa, who was just trying to become a hero.
Oh yeah. Who's the other person that was? Oh, Apolline.
Apolline, one of the 12 celestial lights, and then I'm missing the two people who they came with, who
were from a previous mission, because that girl lost her soul.
Her Neok.
And they were trying to retrieve it, and they tried, but something pulled back, and it was Zepar.
Yeah.
And then they fell into his little dungeon.
Yeah.
And then they fought him.
And Zepar had another great demon under him already controlled. I forget what her number was. She was like I feel like she was
like Astarte or something?
Yeah. She was like higher up though, like 20s or 30s. And Noelle.
That's lower, right?
But like they go up in strength. You know what I'm saying? So like.
Is it one stronger?
Yeah, one's the strongest. So I'm saying like lower.
Oh,
like lower in strength, but upper in number.
Yeah.
So that's sorry, yeah. So she's lower in strength, but higher, or I guess lower rank. Yeah, I can see what you mean.
Yeah. That's like a lower.
Yeah. So she's like 20s or 30s, and Noelle actually 1v1'd her. That was all in the past.
Yeah.
I read this. So that's just a little prelude. Where we're currently left off, they were right in the middle of the fight.
Yeah.
Zepar versus all of them, and they. Bro, she was literally like the creator of miracles.
Yeah, they were fighting like crazy.
I didn't see like, I kind of understand the despair that his teammates feel, bro, because like unless he literally pulls out like the randomest wild card, like they are dead for certain.
Oh yeah, every time.
There's no like there's like a 0% chance of success in these missions except for his like crazy like ass pulls, and they're not ass pulls, but like to everybody else, they're like, where is this coming from?
Yeah, pretty much.
So I understand his people's despair, and like it was a crazy fight. I enjoyed that fight a lot.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about the fight?
No, it was good. It was just crazy how they were like so scared for so long, and then eventually he got scared, Zepar, because he felt like she was power, and I was like, finally the ass pulls here.
It was what was it when he was like he could feel the power behind him or something?
Yeah, like the energy it was like his direct opposite, which it obviously was exorcism.
Yeah, and it was just like. The part got, and we got Philip in there again.
Yeah.
Philip helping out in the fight, which was big. Philip has been like...
He pretty much is the biggest trump card.
Yeah, it's like his cheat code. He's like... And the thing I love about Philip is that it's not a power-up.
Yeah.
In any way, shape, or form. He does not... His body does not change at all.
He's just being used efficiently.
Yeah, and I think that's like crazy. Just seeing the difference between a trained...
An untrained fighter.
Yeah, and it's like not even a trained or untrained body. It's a trained or untrained fighter because he's still technically like not really a trained body. As we see later on in these chapters. He's untrained, but Philip can like
just 100 times stronger.
Yeah, and it's like, well, this is crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. It is.
What technique does, bro?
Because it's kind of like in 9 Star, we brought it up. His grandfather.
Yeah.
How like he's using the smallest amount, or he's using he doesn't have that much energy, so he's using like extremely precise control to like get the maximum amount of damage. And it's like Philip doing the same thing here.
Yeah.
Except Chu has he has very destructive potential in his power. So it's like controlling that makes it much stronger.
I love it, and then honestly, I love the bravery they all showed, bro, because they were kind of like, I think they were gonna kind of succumb, and then Chiwu kind of just gave them that energy, and they all kind of like they all mighted, bro. They all plus ultra in that fight. That's what it was, bro. They all plus ultra in that fight, and I was, bro, plus ultra moments in novels, unless they're like crazy plus ultras. Like, I love plus ultra moments in novels. I'm like, yes, you guys can do this.
I also thought Noelle was gonna die.
I thought she was dead. 100% thought she was dead.
She sacrificed like her life force or something, right?
Yeah, I think she sacrificed her life force and I think her potential to like get back to her peak.
Yeah.
But they might have been able to restore her.
No, they did. Chihan did.
But I don't know if it was like if she's like back in fighting shape or if she's back in like regular shape. You know what I mean?
I think she's back in fighting shape.
You think she's good to go again?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure about that. Cause like I felt like they kind of like left it a little ambiguous.
I think it just got
like side noted.
Yeah, because that was just how his reaction to it was.
Okay.
Cheek-guns, because he was like, "Yeah, I just did it because I was supposed to. I kept my promise." And then he was like, yeah, "That's it."
Okay. The way he said it made it seem so tiny that I felt like
because to him it was. That was like the whole point. He was like, "Yeah."
He said that like everything, bro.
Yeah, it's so annoying.
It really is.
I'm just like, bro, Chew, become the king and beat his ass,
bro. I can't wait for that day, bro. You're listening to me now.
Yeah. I really thought that was about to happen too at the end of the Demon Empire War.
Oh, me too.
And he was like, "Will you listen to me now?" And I was like, "Okay, like, are we about to see it?" Yeah. And then they skipped over it, and they're like, "Okay, days later." I was like, "What do you mean days later? What?"
I think he's willing to fight. I think it's like he's willing to fight him like as a little brother. Like he's willing to be like, I have to be my own person, but I don't think he's willing to serve him yet.
Yeah.
He's still like, that's big bro, you know?
Yeah.
Like, big bro, you gotta stop bullying me.
Yeah.
But I'm not taking over your position just yet, you know? But they get back from Zepar. They beat Zepar. They kill him. They revive Evelyn.
Yep. She becomes a saintess again.
A human saintess. So
yeah.
she gets back her human body off some crazy... What was the item that he used to cut the... cut between them? Because remember they were like Zepar and Evelyn were like linked and like
I don't remember.
And like what was it?
Was it like a seed? Oh, it was the seed.
The seed, yeah.
Yeah, the seed that she gave him.
Yeah,
from before when they met.
When he killed Fenrir, right?
Yeah, and it sprouted and I think it helped split.
Yeah,
and it helped be the foundation for her body.
Yeah, and then so that's how it was, because Zepar like really set it up nice. I thought he won either way.
Yeah,
either he dies
and she dies with him,
or he wins.
Yeah,
and so I was like, this man's like evil genius.
He was meticulous.
I enjoyed that. I like good villains. You know, yeah. I enjoy good villains.
These villains are crazy.
They're all crazy. We get back. They finally get back from the mission.
We found out earth-shattering secret.
Earth-shattering. Talk so.
Another member of the Chi family.
Yeah.
Choi family.
Yeah.
Bro, it's the girl from the second-ranked family.
Yeah.
She's the middle sibling.
And Chi Hyung is treats her like trash.
Yes. He literally said what did he say? Oh, he said, not your brother, my brother, and if I wanted to put it into terms, you're a distant relative.
Yeah.
That's it. And he said, you approach him, you die. And he said, please approach him so I can kill you. And I was like, damn!
Ji-hyung is the epitome of, like, ruthlessness.
He is ruthless. And then there was also another thing that was crazy.
What?
Because we always talk about how he wants to protect his brother. And then Knowles went up to her and was like, why are you so protective of him? Or she said she was understanding of it. But he was like, I know that's what it looks like, but I'm protecting everyone else, not him.
Yeah.
Because the second the Heavenly King awakens, chaos ensues. Because they said the universe is all about balance. Yeah. And if someone who can break the balance appears, the universe is in a fight or flight mode of, okay, I have to counter it. And of course, if two beings who can break the balance will come forth, naturally, chaos ensues.
And you don't know who's going to win there.
Yeah, I don't know if the novel will be that long for something like that to even matter.
I don't think so.
I think the novel ends with them saving Liber.
I agree. I don't think they go to, like, planet, like... Because they started it with, like, the different planet, galaxy, whatever, systems.
And the thing is, this is, like, the most difficult one, so there's, like, nothing to top it. Yeah. Because it would just be, like, another, like... That would be the biggest, like, author asshole to be like, okay, we just saved Liber, but now there's planet... Now it's Earth! And you're just like, wait a minute, we just went through 300... Because we're at 300... I imagine it's at least 400. At least. Like another 100 chapters of them on Library. It's like, okay, the last 100. Yeah, the last 100 chapters we're saving Earth. It's just like, no, that's not right.
What I can see is not like a saving mission, but more like an invasion mission, or like another because obviously with all the heroes that get sent on these missions, they must fail. Like sooner or later, they must fail. So there's probably like worlds out there that are just complete darkness.
Oh, 100%.
And so, like, maybe there's where, like...
Because they've said they've given up. Like, there are plenty of times where they're thinking of giving up on Liber.
Yeah. And so they've probably given up on other places and been, like... Those places are, like, infested with, like, the evil forces. Like, maybe it's, like, one of those, like, come out... Like, the Cernitas. We've been told about outside, like, people coming in. Yeah. So I think it will be a point. I don't know if it'll be, like, a whole other, like, world exploration. But it'll be, like... I feel like we might go from Liber to, like... Big picture after.
Oh, I see what you mean.
I don't know, or just all of the like big picture people come to Liber, but I feel like that would not be the case.
I think it's getting there, especially after the trainer came back, Ranyam Biak.
We're skipping an arc, bro.
Oh, the Narsha Haram.
Yeah. How do we say it? We wrote this down.
It's the. I got it. Narsha Haram.
Narsha Haram.
Narsha! I was so close.
So, it was actually pretty cool because there was, so he gets back and not even within a couple weeks, he's back out there again.
Yeah, because he just keeps trying to train. Yeah. So he wants to go on more expedition.
He gets approached by this, like, bungalow race guy. I don't remember the exact race.
That's pretty close to right? It's like Byung-kyo.
Yeah. And so it was actually really cool because it's a platinum promotion mission. Yeah. So it's this guy from another race is like peak gold. And sorry guys, I don't play League of Legends, so I don't know the League of Legends rules. But I don't know if it's gold 4 is a peak or gold 1 is a peak.
I think it's 1.
You sure?
Yeah.
Alright, so gold 1 is the peak. And he's gold 1. And if he passes his mission, he'll get...
Platinum 4.
Platinum 4. Oh, so that's how League of Legends works.
Yeah.
And they go with... Oh, I remember actually now. It was Chiwu, Ruama, and then...
Ruhiana and Hawa.
And then we have the 2 scouts, or the scout and then the healer.
Yeah, Scout. It was Bogle, Irie,
and Dogo.
No, his Diago.
I thought it was Dogo.
No, Dogold.
Dogo. Wait.
No, Bogle is the other one.
That was Dogul. Dogo.
No,
that's wrong.
It's not. I'm pretty sure that's not him. He had an A in his name.
Let me see. I wish I remembered his name.
I mean, just go to the first Narsha Haram chapter.
That's way back. It's like 220s or something.
Yeah.
Oh, right here.
But the name, he's had like the only name that's hard to memorize.
Dalgil.
Yeah. Okay.
Dalgil.
That's why I was like,
I'm the Boo-Goo-Boo.
Yeah.
The Boo-Goo-Boo Trizoid.
Andrew's trolling this, bro.
It really is, bro. Boo-Goo-Boo. Oh, I love that. So they went on the mission to find the Narsha. I don't even think the mission was for Narsha Haram, though.
No. The mission was they were just trying to complete a trial to like
the demon, the snake demon, the great demon.
He was just trying to complete the trial for his god.
Yeah, but what was the trial?
No, they didn't know yet. They were just going to the location.
Oh, they didn't know that.
And then Chiwu was a cheat.
Yeah, he one-shotted it.
Yeah. So, you're right. You're right. It was a demon, or like that was like the boss, but he was too strong against it. So the god changed it, and it was then Narsha Haram because he would be.
Okay, yeah. So they got sent on the mission. Dalgil only knew he had to go to a location and offer prayers, and then the prayers would summon. And it actually didn't even summon the Great Demon. It was like an avatar of the Great Demon. And it was like a quarter of his fighting potential.
Yeah.
But like, she literally one-shotted it. Like, straight up one-shotted it. It had no chance. It was just like, death.
Yeah.
And so then they did the Narsha Haram. And they only had to go through the first level or floor, I believe, right? Because it was like 7 floors. They only had to go through the first floor. Like the first floor, but it had 7 challenges.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah, it has multiple floors, bro.
I thought they went to...
No, because remember at the end they had the option where the wolves were coming out or like the monsters and they had 300 seconds and they were on a timer and it was like either you go to the second floor monsters will come down or you guys can like continue to go. You don't remember that?
What?
Yeah.
I must have read that wrong. I thought it was 2 compartments for each floor because there's 8 compartments.
I think also there's 8 compartments in each floor.
I didn't know that. I thought,
but there's multiple floors.
I thought there was 8. No. That's not how it worked. Because they made it to the 4th floor.
No, they didn't. They didn't get to the 2nd floor, bro.
Yes, they
Guaranteed.
did. No, yes, they did.
Guaranteed.
I remember
bro.
they were the gods. They were talking about it, and they even said it themselves.
No way, bro.
They said we're close.
No way.
Yes, they did.
No, bro, because I remember near the end, they were put on a timer. They had 300 seconds to figure out if they wanted to continue or not continue, and what the timer would accelerate every time one of the monsters hit the door. Remember that?
Yeah.
And that's to the 2nd floor. Those are the second floor monsters.
No, that wasn't to the 2nd floor. No, at the end, because at the end of Narsha Haram, it was they read the monument, right? Are you talking about? You're talking about the monument, like when they read it and they had to decide the white, red, or blue door.
Yeah. That
was to end the trial.
Yeah, that's the 1st floor.
No, that was
the 1st floor.
No.
Yes,
no,
bro.
that was not. That was the 8th compartment to end the trial.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. To end the trial, but
that's not. No, but like they were on the 4th floor.
But the end of the trial was only the 1st floor.
No, it was not.
Yes,
it was on the. And also, it wasn't the wolves. It was the monster.
I just call them wolves in my head. That was my head.
Well, because there was 2 types of creatures.
Oh, there was.
So there was the monster from behind the door, and they had 99 knocks. Because once you hit 100,
yeah, 100. That's what it was.
And then there was other monsters
so the
that were are all around the tower. Yeah. That's why I said they were on the 4th floor because the other ones were coming.
Bro, I'm on this chapter. I'm looking, bro.
No, because I remember the gods were talking about it.
I remember they were talking about it too, and they were like, "Oh, like we haven't, like you did the whole tower. Like the god who completed the tower, or the person who completed the tower became a god because they completed the tower, and then, like that's how they became a god, and that's how like the Boogaboo clan and like this other clan like became like partners.
What? Wait a minute. I guess I'm pretty sure they were on the 4th floor.
Oh, it's near like chapter 228. Let's see. I'm skimming. Guys, we're gonna figure this out.
Yeah, because this is I'm pretty sure I'm right.
No. But, well, you know, before we continue, did you read the 9-star stuff? Did you look into it?
What 9-star?
Oh, last week when I put it on the channel, bro.
Oh, right. I completely forgot.
You didn't look it up?
I did it.
Oh god, guys, that was right. 100%. I looked.
You looked it up?
I did. I looked it up.
What was the argument again?
It was when they entered the Julie Secret realm. You thought he hadn't entered the blood, blood something realm.
Yeah.
And I said he had already entered the blood realm because he did his first tribulation in the forest with the tree of life.
Yeah.
Or the spirit race thing, and that's why he loves the spirit race.
Mm-hmm.
And he got saved by the spirit race, and then he did enter that Julie Secret realm as a blood something realm, and he entered the tendon.
Oh, and I was gonna he broke through to the blood in the Julie, but he didn't. He did. Right. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'm sorry. I was wrong.
Yep.
The wiki was wrong. I wasn't wrong.
I don't know if we're gonna be able to find this easily, bro.
I'm not taking responsibility. I blame the wiki. No. I'll find it. I don't know why. Oh wait, I'm in the wrong chapter.
Look at 228.
I might look earlier because they said it in some point. Guys, don't worry. We're racing. I need to be right this time. I can't be right 2 weeks in a row. There's no way. Or 2 episodes.
This is not gonna be crazy because you're supposed to be the historian, bro.
I'm pretty sure I'm right, bro.
You're usually better at this than me.
What?
Am I right?
No. I'm just... Let's see.
We got this. I'm gonna get this.
Honestly, this place was kind of scary though.
It was incredibly scary. I was actually terrified in there.
Especially when when they went through that 4th room, but they went through the holes and they were together, him and Irie.
Yeah,
and then he left.
I thought she was done for.
Bro, but two different doppelgangers came back, and I was like, 2?
Yeah.
And then I felt so bad for her because she was so scared, and I felt scared too.
Yeah.
I felt the fear.
I'm surprised he left her, bro. I understand exactly why he did it.
Yeah. But it was, oh my god, it felt so bad for her. Because she was afraid. She thought it was him and then wasn't. That was scary. Luckily they lived. I really can't. What chapter are you looking at right now?
It's 29, I think. It's the 6th room. Bro, there's 8 rooms, but it's only 1 floor, bro.
It's not 1 floor.
100%, bro.
There's no way. They were on the 4th floor. There's no way.
There's no 4th floor, but there's no way. They wouldn't have survived.
What?
They wouldn't have survived. There's no way.
Okay. Oh, oops.
Let's see.
Fourth room.
They're right here. The Narsha Haram's first floor was made up of 8 compartments, which they went through, bro. Connected by 7 rooms. It was only possible to go to the next compartment by passing through the connecting room. And they went through 8 trials. In the first floor. Wow. taking L's back to back. What's happening?
That doesn't make sense.
What's happening, bro? It's right here, bro.
Oh, you're right. I just saw it.
What chapter are you on?
What chapter is this? 227. I just saw it.
Guys,
He said the second floor. There should still be another room left. Damn it,
guys!
Ah!
It hurts to be this excellent every day.
Shut up. No way.
I think I'm taking over as historian, bro.
No way.
All right, so Narsha Haram is
It's 4 floors.
I don't know about 4. Is it?
No,
It
it
is
is
4.
4.
So there is 4 floors, and each floor is 8 compartments. And I think it was.
I don't think they said that.
I don't know if the other. Yeah, I don't know if the other.
We just know the first floor is 8
Okay.
compartments.
And it goes danger, treasure, danger, treasure, danger, treasure, danger, treasure. That was like the rule, right?
Oh, I think so. Yeah.
And so I remember they kind of went through the first like 5 floors, like 4 floors, very easily.
Rooms.
Yeah, rooms. They went through the first 4 rooms because there was 2 fights.
Yeah.
And one of them was like the golem.
Mm-hmm.
And the golem was pretty simple once Chiwu was like...
Yeah, so this was, she was like 2 expeditions. One was learning to be like the main fighting force, and the other was learning his role in the group. If there's other people doing other roles, he needs to learn his role. Yeah. And so he learned he could like play...
He could play assist.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Which he did right. And then defeat the golem.
And then what was the other one? It was like a spirit entity, and he just one-shotted it, I think.
I think so.
Yeah. And that's why the first room was like super easy. Mm-hmm. The second room was the goblin, or the golem, and that one took a little...
Took a little bit, because they were Ru, Ama, and Dogel. No, that's not his name. I just copied it.
Dalgil.
Uh-huh.
That might still be wrong, honestly. His name is so weird, bro. His name is so weird.
I think it's Daigo.
Alright.
But pretty much, they were going through those rooms, and the 4th room happened. It went dark, right?
Yeah, the 5th room. Was it the 5th room that went dark?
No, it was the 4th room, because they had to go through the holes. Remember? Into the 5th room?
But, yeah. Oh, so was it like a channel between the 4th and 5th, is what you're saying?
I think so. I'm pretty sure it was either that, or it's between the 3rd and 4th.
It definitely wasn't 3rd or 4th.
Okay, then it was the 4th and 5th, because I remember them. There was a bunch of holes, and they each went through one. Yeah. And then that's where...
I remember that. Yeah, at the end of the 4th of the treasure room, they had to do that. Yeah.
So Chiwu and Ari were together in that one room. And then it was Ru, Ama, Ru, Kiana, and then Daigo was by himself. Same with Bogle. Mm-hmm. And then there was...
Hawa.
Yeah, Hawa. And then... So what happened is that Chiwu and Ari were together. Mm-hmm. They went... Chiwu left her because he wanted to go see her Daigo, and
she's injured. That's a big point.
Yeah, she was injured this whole time.
Yeah, this whole time she's been injured.
Yeah, she got hurt earlier, and then
like at the beginning of the expedition, she's been kind of useless this whole time.
Yeah, and she was her scout. Yeah, and then Hawa took over as scout. Mm-hmm. But yeah, she's been getting hurt, or she was hurt the whole time. And then he went to go check it out because he heard noises, and he wanted to see if it was Daigo and try to help him, and if it was a trap, he'd run away. And then we saw a little bit later, Chiwu came back, but it was a doppelganger. And then another Chiwu came through and then tried to help her. And he went behind her, and then she realized they were both doppelgangers because she felt a cold sensation on her back. Yeah. And then she started crying, and I almost started crying. So I was like, this is horrifying.
It was actually so scary.
Yeah.
I was very scared.
I feel like especially if I see girls cry, I'm just like, this is this is horrifying.
It was really bad, and then when they kept asking each other questions, it made me think. I'm like, how would I It made me think about like me and you, or me and any of my other friends. I'm like, how would I resolve this?
Yeah.
What can I ask them? Because they didn't have their memories, right? It was just a doppelganger. Yeah,
but they had a little bit more.
They had a little bit.
Because Bogle was completely going off. He knew everything.
Yeah. I think they knew everything from the tower.
Yeah, they knew a decent amount, but just not enough. So he said a secret that they did it'd be pretty obvious.
Yeah, before the tower, then I think you'd be okay. But once you got to the tower, they knew it all.
Yeah.
That was crazy. And then that whole scenario with Hawa knowing the script, I kind of felt like she did.
Really?
Yeah, because she is a little calculated, bro.
She knew a lot of stuff. So when she said she couldn't read it, I was like, wow, that's.
I was like, that seems a little off.
No, but she tricked me completely.
I kind of was thinking it only because of the doppelganger scenario.
Oh yeah.
And so I was like, I feel like she's setting it up, and then like right then she went and killed him right when he was about to go for the wrong door or whatever.
Yeah, so Irie and Bogle were both doppelgangers.
Yep.
Irie tried to open the red door to let the other monsters from the second floor come in, and then Bogle tried to stop them from going to the white door, to go to the blue door to leave. So like their objectives was just to stop them from going to the white door. And pretty much, the whole time it was hard for everyone to trust them each other the whole time, all 7 of them, because
you don't know who's and who.
Yeah, Ruama had just killed the doppelganger of Daigel. And he, to the point, he even like dropped his sword and tossed it like Chiwu didn't know. Because even Philip thought he was a traitor.
Oh yeah.
But then they saw it was like a monster. But yeah, everyone was just kind of on edge because they were all hurt. Yeah. They couldn't really trust each other.
This expedition was so cool, bro.
It was. I
gotta say, the author's missions, like every expedition, every like adventure they go on is so cool.
They're brutal.
And like they're so like detailed. Like you really gotta pay attention to everything because like it comes back. It almost makes me feel like when we talk about Tahel being a hero, we should just go by arc, bro. Because like I feel like we could spend this whole episode talking about this,
yeah.
And I feel like we have to shorten it to like get to everything on this 100 chapters. But like I want to talk about this more, you know. Tahel being the arcs are so crazy, bro. Yeah. Like there's still like
there's still the Demon Empire arc, which honestly went nuts.
Super crazy. And then we have the King candidates. And that went wild. And we have a whole training arc in the middle of that.
Yeah, pretty much.
We're like speedrunning today.
So
there's some real quick. There's some light novels like 9-star, 100 chapters. You can do that in an hour. Tahel being a hero, bro.
You cannot.
I don't know, bro. We're gonna struggle today.
It was definitely it was a lot.
Should we do 50 next time?
Maybe, because it's a lot.
It is a lot. Like, I'm just, right now talking about it, I'm like, oh, we're gonna be here, bro.
Yeah. Like 50 chapters is enough for an hour, I think.
Should we cut this? To 250? And talk about 250 to 300 next time?
Maybe. Because we could really get in deep in Narsha Haram.
Yeah. You want to do it or no?
We could do that.
Alright, let's do it. Narsha Haram, bro. Let's go back.
Yeah, let's go back here because Narsha Haram, we skipped over a lot.
We skipped a lot. We
just covered like
the big things. Yeah.
But that expedition went nuts.
It really did. First off, with Chi Hyung, like this, he was very kind of against this mission in the first place for Chiwu to even go, and when he went, I think he locked up his dice. I think that was an important
thing. So he
didn't
take so he had no dice because he had just gotten in a fight with his brother because
that was a key point we forgot about.
Yes, because we're trying to cover 100 chapters, but these 100 chapters, it's more like this is like equivalent of like I feel like 200 chapters in any other novel with the amount of content we get. Yeah, so it's just hard to cover it all and keep it under a decent time because we could be here for like 3 hours.
We could if we did the whole 100.
If we did it super detailed.
Yeah, but the world's milestone, right? That's what it's called.
Yeah.
That Chi Hyun told Chiwu to like lock it unless
he told him.
Yeah, unless he tells him to use it.
Yeah. And
so he was very against this whole mission, and then there was like those abyss worms. I don't know if they're called abyss worms, but the sandworms.
Yeah, they were underground worms, and they killed one, and then they were worried because like they come in packs, but Chi Hyun had already killed them all. Yeah. Because we were right, like they came in packs. So they're about to jump them. Exactly. But they got lucky, but that's where Irie got hurt.
By the first like ambush.
Yeah, like
she was hurt from the very beginning of the expedition, bro.
Yeah, from chapter. She was hurt for 10 straight chapters.
I felt so bad for her.
Or it was like 15.
It was like she was hurt for like.
They were about to send her back.
20 chapters.
She was like, nah, don't send me back.
She was like visible, and the crazy. She was like visibly like getting worse. You know.
Oh yeah, if they didn't have his exorcism mana, she would have died.
Yeah, and I really like that because I feel like sometimes in novels they do like blood loss is like not a real thing. Yeah. You know, like it's like
here they were like she's gonna die right now.
Yeah, like if we don't fix it, she's gonna die.
Yeah,
I like that. Like blood loss is real.
Yeah, some novels just like I'm gonna bleed it forever.
Yeah,
but my willpower is like
it
doesn't matter your willpower. Your blood loss is blood loss.
Yeah, exactly. Like I understand willpower to a certain extent.
And I understand some cultivation novels.
Yeah,
and these guys are heroes, but they're not. First of all, they're like nerfed, so it's like it makes more sense.
Yeah.
And it's like that's why everything plays well into each other. But yeah, she's been hurt for a while.
Yeah. And she's visibly getting worse.
If I was an expeditionary, I'd be like, we're turning her around. Our Scout's hurt. Like, our Scout. Like, the second most important position in an expedition.
Yeah.
The Scout. But they were like, nah. And I was like...
Well, they would have failed if she gets hurt.
I know.
And they were broke, remember?
Oh, yeah, they were broke.
They've been broke. Like, all these expeditions, they, like, are...
They need the money.
They need everything. Like, it's so on Lyra right now. It's so like everything has to go right or we lose.
Yes.
Like we cannot fail one time, which makes the stakes crazy, bro.
Yeah.
And so that happened. I thought it was so cool when she would one shot at the Great Demon. Like I didn't expect that. Like I thought they would kill him easily, but not like one shot.
Yeah.
Like a straight up one shot. I was like, wow.
Honest. So when it happened, I thought I like read it wrong.
Me too.
Because I was like, "What just happened here?"
Yeah.
So I reread it, and he was like, "Oh, it was crumbling away," and I was like, "Wait, it's over."
Yeah, that's it. This is the mission.
and then you heard the voice of the god Mamaya. She was like, "Oh, okay, it's not much of a trial if I let you just come here." I gotta change it now because you're like existence. Yeah. And that's why Philip was worried because he was like, if she has to change this or not, she like existence. It's gonna be really hard, which it was. It was fairly difficult.
Fairly, bro. I think this was very difficult trial. I think it was perfect, honestly. Like pushed him to the extreme on all fronts.
Yeah, and it was perfect learning for him. So he was finally able to realize like there's more. It's more important to. His role in trusting his team and like the team trusting each other, and then obviously they tested that with like the doppelgangers.
Yeah, and then bro, I honestly when they were going through it at the beginning before they hit the doppelgangers, I was like maybe they're gonna go through 2 floors. Like they're kind of doing good here, and then like doppelgangers hit, and I was like get out.
Nah, because whenever you have stuff like that ruins your trust, it's like it's too difficult. Because morale was low. It was low the entire time until the end.
Yeah,
it was bad.
Once doppelgangers hit, bro, morale was at an all-time low.
Yeah, because the first 3 rooms were like pretty easy. And it was lucky that Hawa could read the map earlier, because obviously Irie was out of condition. I still can't believe they were just carrying her on her back for the whole time.
Yeah, I was like. That's why I like how realistic it was, because they obviously weren't just like throwing her in a corner while they fight. So like they had a fight hampered with her, and it like made it hard, and like obviously all the jostling around is like hurting her.
Yeah.
And so like it makes sense why she's visibly getting weaker every chapter. You know, I loved it.
Yep. And then we obviously talked about the rooms and the doppelganger, and then after Chiwu left Irie and he met up with Roma, we saw them. Philip thought he was a traitor. He wasn't. They found out Daigo was the doppelganger.
Yeah.
They went back to get Irie. She looked pretty bad there, but like they didn't suspect anything, so they just picked her up. And then who they find after?
How were they? Oh. And then they all got back together with Dalgo.
Yeah, and then they were going through each room, I think.
Then they all, because once they found Dalgo, I think that was the last person.
No,
besides Bogle. And so they all went, and then they
they saw the room, and they said the perfect number is 7.
Yeah.
And if it's 5, they'll be unstable, which was a crazy riddle.
Yeah.
That I did not get up until how I explained it.
Oh, really?
I didn't get it.
I
was like, what is he talking about? And then I realized, I was like, oh, that makes so much sense.
I clocked it right away.
I did not clock it at all. I think my comprehension skills take a hit.
I heard that and I was like, oh, they're talking about the expedition members, like, and the doppelgangers, and like, who's real, who's not.
Who real, who's not.
Yeah.
Yeah, like for some reason it just didn't click for me. Because the whole time I was thinking someone's a fake.
Yeah.
But I wasn't thinking about the riddle and applying it to the
okay.
So I was like, oh, this is weird.
Uh-huh.
And then when they found Bogle, I thought he was real.
Really?
Honestly, yes, because I was like, his points make so much sense. And then it was like, but they got to a point where he's fighting him too much, and I was like, you're fighting way too much, bro.
I think I agree with you. When they first met Bogle, I thought he was real. Yeah. I like knew in my heart Ari was a fake from day one. As soon as he left her, I was like, he's not coming back to the same.
Oh person. Yeah, Arya was like, okay, she's something. Right? I don't know if she was a doppelganger or something was wrong with her.
I thought she was. As soon as he left, I was like, he's not finding the same person in that room. And I knew it as soon as he left, bro.
But yeah, I was like, I didn't connect it, and then you heard the red or blue, red, and white.
Yeah, and so what was each door again?
So the white door was move on, continue the challenge. If you go though, it'll be like the despair. What was it called?
It was like I think it wasn't despair. I think it was just like the 7th floor.
No. It had despair. Because it was saying like continue the challenge, like there's gonna be you're gonna feel despair.
I think it so seventh room. I think it was the 7th room.
Yeah.
And if they went there, it was basically gonna be like a crazy challenge, like a despair challenge. And the blue one was like
to leave the tower.
Leave the tower. Red was to go to the 2nd floor, I think.
Yeah.
And then the red door was on a countdown of 100. And
wait, was it the red door?
Yeah.
I thought it was the door they entered from behind.
I think it's a red door.
No. Because the red door was the monsters.
That's what I'm talking about.
No, but there's the monsters from the 2nd floor. And then
they're on a countdown to 100.
No, the big monsters, the countdown to 100.
Which big monster?
So you know how they enter the room, right?
Yeah.
And the doors close behind them.
Yeah.
There's a monster that's pounding the door.
I thought that's from the red one.
No. The red one is the other monsters, like the mini monsters swarming down to come kill them.
Nah, this is for sure. This is messed up.
What?
Yes. You know how I know? Because the mini monsters, they start at 1. And the countdown goes from 100 down to 1 or 1 to 100. I don't remember. But
because they heard a big knock.
But the numbers decreased by the number of monsters behind the door. That's how it worked. So the more little monsters showed up to pound on the red door, the more the number went up, and the closer they got to, like, they went like 50, 80, or went like 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 80, 90, and then if it hit 100, then they burst through the door.
Really?
I don't remember this big monster behind that you're talking about.
Well, I don't think they specifically said a big monster, but we only heard a big hit each time. Like, we didn't hear 15 hits like when they were at 15.
Oh, okay.
That's why I assumed it was like one monster.
No,
and I thought it was from a different. I didn't think it was from. I thought it was from behind them, from the room they entered.
Nah. It was the red door. Yeah.
No, that doesn't make sense. No, we gotta check again.
Guys, I'm not even gonna check. I'm gonna let him figure this one out.
No, there's no.
Bro, just read like 228. Read 228. Is it? Yeah, read like 228.
Yeah, here we are. Okay.
Maybe 227 is where the explanation happened.
Actually, you're right.
Oh, crazy. Crazy!
You mean, no, I'm saying 227 is where you said they go. Okay, so here we go. To those, okay.
So the room where they're making this decision is the sixth compartment. Mm-hmm. The doppelganger room was the 5th compartment.
and their question is whether they want to go to the 7th room, which would be another trial, and the 8th room would be completion. So they're wondering if they should hit the 7th room and like go through the last one.
Damn, you're right.
That's 3 for 3, guys. Bro, hang it up. Hang it up, bro.
I might have to hang it up.
Why did you read this, bro?
A little while ago. That's why I forgot. Because it didn't. The way I read it, it was like, oh, monsters coming into the red door and it can only be open from the inside, not the outside. And so I was like, okay, if someone betrays them, they're gonna open it.
Yeah.
So when I thought they said don't let your guard down because monsters are still trying to pound the door into you, I thought they meant the other door. So I think I just read it wrong.
Okay. But yeah, so there was the red, white, and blue. White, they go to the 7th compartment. Red, second floor.
But like monsters are coming, so you don't want to.
It's instant death. And then the blue
is the exit.
And basically everybody wanted to not everybody, but they went up to a vote.
They want to go to the white door.
Yeah.
Except for Bogle. And Bogle was arguing the entire time.
Oh, because he loves Aerie. That's what it was.
Yeah.
And Aerie was dying.
Yeah, and he didn't want to take any more risks, especially when they said they don't blame you for the despair that's behind the white door.
Yeah.
But Daigo wanted to keep going, and everyone else agreed with him, and he kept telling him, throw your staff.
Yeah.
And that's how they started knowing,
because he'll only throw his staff.
Because usually he would have thrown his staff in that case, because he trusts his staff so much.
But he said specifically he wouldn't throw his staff for certain events. I think he said.
Yeah, but even then, he didn't use that reasoning. He just kind of didn't want to do it.
Yeah. And then they went through the white door.
Well, we forgot. Aerie tried to open the red door.
Oh, yeah. Aerie, and that's how we knew it was Dog.
Yeah, and Hawa stopped her because Hawa believed. So Hawa used, who's the person you'll least suspect betraying you? And everyone was like, oh, Aerie, because she's unconscious.
Yeah.
So everyone was like, they forgot about her. And then that's when she literally left Hana's arms while she was holding her. It was like, how did you not feel her leave?
Yeah.
But she dipped straight to the door, and Hawa was ready and killed her. Or she didn't kill her, but she stopped her from opening the door.
Yeah.
And
she hit her with a short sword or a short dagger. She threw it. I thought that was so badass.
Yeah, me too.
And then
she lied, saying that she did know, but she wanted to see if Daigo was gonna lie about what he saw in the thing, but he didn't. So that's when she suspected other people, and then they went to the white door.
And then they found out they had the despair trial was actually that. I think once they went through the 7th floor, it was the end of the trial, right? They were like, "Oh, you're done."
He got the token.
He got the token. They were like, either you can leave, knowing that your 2 members are still in there, Bogle and Aerie are still inside there, and so you can leave, you get your promotion, you go back home, you complete your mission, or you can go back in Narsha Haram, go through the 1st floor entirely again
to go find them,
and Dalgil actually pretty honorably was like, guys, you don't have to come with me. I'll go in solo. The expedition's over. This and that. I'll go in and find them myself. Thank you for coming.
But everyone was like, we're going with you.
Yeah, that was such a touching moment.
Yeah, it was.
I enjoyed that.
And then they went in, and then Hawa looked like she scared me the whole time.
Yeah.
She was like, go into the 8th compartment or something, or open the door to the 8th or something.
Yeah.
She said some weird words.
Yeah.
But it didn't make sense.
Hawa clocked it from the beginning though. She knew.
Oh,
right?
Yeah. She's
smart.
Yeah, she is smart because she said the whole reason we've been despair because you're starting over from the beginning and you lost your token.
Yeah.
So it's and you're hurt and injured.
Everybody was injured.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that was the whole point to show your courage. So then they found out you don't have to go through the 1st floor again, and he got his
companions back.
Yeah. And then he got his promotion.
That was cute. It was real cute, and then we come back. The expedition was completed, and we got the crazy news about Ru. How do you say your name? Ruhiana. And I'm not gonna lie, I noticed it myself. When
she left the party.
Yeah, after she left the party, but I noticed it during Narsha Haram. there was like it was a fight where Chiwu had to be the assist, and I was like, what is Ru?
Hyana.
I forget her name again. What is it?
Ru Hyana.
I was like, what was Ru Hyana doing?
Honestly, I didn't even notice that until they said, "Oh yeah, you didn't do anything." I was like, "Wow, you're right." They didn't say she didn't do anything, bro. She was literally just there. They're like, we could have completed the mission with or without you. I was like, what was she doing this whole bit? She has a sword. What was she doing?
I thought about
what was she fighting?
I only thought about it, I think, 2 times through Narsha Haram. That Gollum fight where like Chiwu had to be an assist, and then the doppelgangers, cause like.
Oh yeah, why was she not fighting? Anything. Why was she not helping him fight that guy?
She didn't know anything, and so those are the only 2 times I'm like, what are you doing here? Like, do something. And then when when they came back from the expedition, and Doggill like said thank you to everybody, but didn't say thank you to her or whatever.
I didn't even think about it.
I knew exactly why. I knew exactly. That's right there.
And then when she said it, I was like, oh my god. He was like, yeah, no, because thanks for being a part of the team, but you didn't do anything for the team.
Yeah.
You didn't risk your life or nothing.
You weren't really like.
You didn't stand. You didn't even like swing your sword.
Or like if you didn't swing your sword, you like Hao wasn't a main fighting force, but she was like.
She wasn't being effective.
No, but Hao was being effective like other ways. Is what I'm trying to say.
Oh, you said Hao. Sorry,
yeah.
I thought I was thinking out.
Like
because she did her job.
Yeah,
like, she took up the role of
the scout,
and she scouted and she did it properly, and she read and she gave information. Like she did everything properly,
and she calculated like a couple steps ahead to figure stuff out.
She would save them from Ari not
exactly.
She would 100% open that door.
Yeah. And so like it's one of those things that like. She could have done more. She could have done something. She really didn't do anything.
No, and I thought that was the author forgetting about her, but that was not. No, the author was saying, no, she was just being useless. Yeah. And this is going to play a bigger part in the story. And it did. And the results was her demotion. Yes. I didn't even think demotion was possible, to be honest. In League of Legends, if you don't do you get demoted, bruh.
But I just didn't think they do it in this like actual story. Yeah.
But honestly, I wasn't expecting that either. I was like, demotion. Because when they said she was bronze tier, I was like, wasn't she silver? Yeah. And they said she got demoted, I was like,
that would break me.
Me too, especially if I was like, I was useless. Yeah. They slighted me, and then I got demoted. Yep. That's like 3, just back to back to back.
I couldn't handle it.
Yep.
I would actually break, bro. Yeah. I don't know if I could get to, and especially in this context, like, and you lose some powers, I'm assuming, you get weaker. Like, this would just, like, hurt my soul.
Especially when you said, I don't know if it's worth investing in you anymore. I was like, bro, that's like my backer telling me you're trash now.
You're big trash.
I was like, wait, just give me another chance. Please. I can do better.
And then from there, we go to... That segues in perfectly into the Demon Empire arc.
So, when they come back and Shiro goes to Shihan and tells them about everything, Shihan was like, okay, so the Demon Empire has been quiet. Yep. Too quiet. Too rationally quiet. Especially for a race that is inherently, wild. And they don't listen to rules. The fact that they're all huddled down and not making any noise was like, to the point where he's like, okay, clearly something's wrong. So they had Shiro roll the dice. He rolled a 7. Yep. He saw, and then he went into a future.
You got to see 3 futures, right?
Yeah.
The die gave him the option to see 3 futures.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
So he would roll a die, he went in the future, and to go back to the present, he'd roll it. And we found out the amount of time it stays in the futures, how much time passed in the present as well. Which was a crazy. Yeah. I was like, damn, that's not OP at all. That's like the drawback, but it makes sense. Yeah. But what he saw in the future was horrifying. So
that first time was crazy.
What's the name of the city?
Shalai. I just saw it.
I think I spelled it wrong because I might have put Shalai, but I'm pretty sure it's Shalai.
Shalai. I don't know how you want to say that. Shalai.
Yeah, Shalai. Shalai.
Okay. All right.
And then
and they just created the city.
Yeah, so it was destroyed, and he found Ruhiana, her body. She had no arms, no legs. Her lower half of her body was gone, and her guts were spilling out. And she said, like, if only I listened to you and stayed with Ruawa and you guys, maybe none of this would have happened. Obviously, like, for him, it was just so despairing seeing everything, he just went back immediately. Yeah. And he told Shiru, and then they went to go find Ruhiana because they saw that she was leaving.
She was joining another
expedition,
team.
Yeah. And then they pulled her back, and then we found out a few days later that team went missing. And they were like, "Oh damn, that's crazy." And then he told the guy who was telling him about it, I forget his name, but it was like begins with a J.
The guy who was telling him about it.
Yeah, because he asked him. He asked you for help to go find them.
Oh, the guy who's like Chiwoo's like information dude.
Is he his information dude?
It's the guy that helps him every time Chiwoo needs to find somebody.
No, that's a different guy. Oh, this was another hero that he helped. He was like he's not important.
Not important.
Or he's not. He begins with a J.
What's he do?
I don't know. I don't remember his name. We haven't seen his name in a while.
But what did he do before? That was important.
I don't know. I think he's.
Is he the druid guy?
No, it wasn't anyone. It wasn't anyone important. I think it was just someone he saved, like a hero at some point.
Random hero?
I mean, he had a name.
Oh, you know who I think you know what you're talking about. You're talking about the two people from the Zepar expedition, right?
It could be.
I'm pretty sure. I don't remember his name, but I think it's one of them.
Well, there was 3 people, so it might have been.
Yeah, there was 2 people and the girl he saved.
Yeah, and there was a girl and a guy, so it could have been.
I think it was them who told them about it.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? Oh, yeah. After they saved Ruhiana, they told them don't go anywhere.
Yeah, he was like, because he asked them, "Can you help me with this mission?" He was like, "No," and he was like, "You shouldn't do it either."
Yeah, and he was like, "All right," and he was like, "You just gonna trust me?" He was like, "Man, you saved my life.
Yeah,
I'm gonna trust you."
Yeah, he was like, "You're someone who can do the impossible, and if you're saying not to take this mission, I'm not gonna take it." Yeah, so it's like, I'm not gonna just go die for nothing if you're telling me not to do it.
Exactly.
And then Ruamu went and tracked the guy down. He found out he was a half demon, who was the traitor, and it was a lie. So he found out that guy was a traitor.
And then they went back in time again.
Yeah, and it was even worse.
Bro, describe it. This shit was bad.
It was the worst. It was the worst possible feature. Yeah. The rage I was feeling reading this, my blood was boiling. Yeah. To the point where I was like,
my skin is like tingling just thinking about it.
I was like, Shiwu, if you don't wipe these dudes, I don't care what you do, you have to wipe these dudes out. Because this is like, you can't just let people like this just roam this place.
It was tough, especially like, because first the conditions, guys. So he goes back and he is, they basically all like.
They lost.
They lost.
And they became toys. Like
toys,
cattle.
Sex slaves, some are food, some are just like they're like pets.
Pretty much.
But like
yeah.
I don't know, like worse than pets.
Yeah, no, pets was perfect because they were being treated like animals.
Yeah, they were being treated like animals. They were drugging them to the point of them not having like any resistance at all.
Yeah,
like, their mind
they lost
broken.
their minds. And then what's it called? So what happened was they fought the war. The Demon Empire won, but they took a hard hit. So like when they went and invaded Charlie, they said they let their wrath take over the place. Yeah. And so everyone was pretty much slaves. She would lost his hand or something.
I think they did that on purpose because they saw that he was coming back in the future, and to cut off his wrist because that's where his
communicator was.
Yeah. That's what I thought.
I don't think that's...
Really?
I think they just cut it off.
I feel like that's too much of a coincidence. Because it was specifically that arm where the communicator is.
Yeah, but they would have just cut off both of his arms if they knew, right?
I think they did. I think they cut him... I don't think they cut him off because they knew he was coming from the future. I think they cut everybody, all the humans off.
Yeah.
Because they didn't want to use the communicator at all.
But yeah, it was bad. We saw Hawa literally get eaten in front of him. Yeah, that was tough. And that was bad. And we heard Evelyn was being tortured by this other guy, but he killed her because she heard him. But we heard what he was doing, cut her stomach open. Yeah. And then everyone else was just drugged out of their minds, and to the point he was using exorcism mana, but they couldn't do anything. So he saw Eshna, Ruhiana, Apolline, all those other heroes. They're all gone. Ismail, they're all dragged out of their minds. And then we went to, and then we saw.
Who did he talk to? He tried to talk to.
He talked to their prophecy, Shurna.
No, before he talked to one of his like companions, and he got like a little, like Ruhiana. He got like a little tidbit from her.
He just called her senior.
Yeah. She said senior.
And then she couldn't do anything.
Then she went crazy after that. Oh god, it was bad.
And then we saw the their prophet, the Demon Empire prophet, and she said she was gonna help him. She brought him to the meeting. He saw other people drugged up.
Yeah.
And then he got kidnapped by another demon, and they saw Amu, who had pretty much nothing but his like body and his head.
Mm-hmm.
And then he saw his brother headless.
Yeah.
Because he recognized, and that's what was like. It was crazy.
It wasn't just headless, bro. This man was chained up, eagle spread, right?
Oh yeah.
He was eagle spread, all four limbs on all, like just, and then headless, bro. Just the
because he recognized the body, and that's why he was like so shocked.
And he went instant.
And instantly released the Heavenly King power inside of him, and that's what the shaman was scared.
Yeah.
Because she said she saw, because the whole time everyone was like it was gloomy, like they didn't like the current state, and she was afraid because she was like, she saw a future, and then when she saw that power, she said like the thing she didn't want, and Chi-hyun didn't want, like the Heavenly King, because she knew if this Heavenly King's come out, he's gonna wipe out everyone.
All the demons, yeah.
And that's why she tried to stop him. She was like, you know what, change your future and everything. Because I think when they said they were gonna vote to kill him, I think that's why she was fighting back. Because I think the second they try to kill him, that power comes out.
Yeah.
Probably as an instinct. Because there's no...
You can't hold that back.
Yeah. He's not going to hold it back. And I think that's why she didn't want him kidnapped in the first place. Because if he saw something that would have triggered it, obviously that's what happened.
Yeah.
And she was like, please. And she even begged them.
She begged the whole time.
She was like,
come watch.
She was begging to spare
the demons,
And then that other girl, Astar, said the same thing. Cause,
wait, you gotta go over what happened before he went crazy though. When the prophecy lady like took she would like hear the great demon conversation.
Oh, because they were saying because he needed information on what happened.
Yeah, and she couldn't tell him because if she did, it would go against prophecy, and she would get instantly killed.
Yeah.
And so what she did to find a right, because she knew that he was coming back from the past into the future. She knew that, and so she was like, "I'll come and show you why you should like what you should do." Yeah. She was trying to give him hints on what you should do, and also like why you should not obliterate us.
Yeah, because she gave him. So she let him see her memory, but she shortened it enough so it didn't kill her.
Yeah.
And then
he saw an audience. He saw like a meeting between like a lot of very high-ranking demons. They were all like top 20. They were like there was like 10 of them or something.
Yeah.
I forgot what they talked about. Were they just talking about like
stuff? No, like they weren't
nothing crazy.
Yeah.
Right? And basically, he was just kind of showing
because they were having an important meeting and they left them all the toys together, and he was trying to get information out of them, and that's when he got kidnapped.
Yeah, and then he got kidnapped, and then he saw Chi-hyun.
And then he went crazy, and he blew it up, and then Shauna, whatever.
Yeah.
I forget her name.
Me too.
It's like Shurna or something.
But I think it's Shurna, but she's grade demon number 7.
Yeah, and she's like their saintess.
Yeah.
Or princess, both. I think.
Princess, yeah.
But I think it's also a saintess.
I don't remember that.
I know she's. I think she's both.
Okay.
But she basically told him like, to spare
the demons, because she knows if he goes Heavenly King, like they.
Yeah, because the whole point, the only reason she's helping him, is so that he doesn't obliterate them, because that's what's gonna happen. Because she sees the future. She sees that's what's gonna happen if they fight, but obviously she can't say that.
Yeah, nobody will believe her.
Nobody would believe her, and one, I think it also like kind of goes against
the will of heavens, and she would probably die.
because that'd be a huge secret.
Yeah. So then we go back to the present, and with all the information, they come up with a crazy plan.
Well,
what did I miss that?
Well, I was gonna say she told him.
What's she telling him?
She told him the future, and then she died. In that.
Oh yeah.
And then Astarta did the same thing, and she died.
Yeah.
And she was the one that asked to spare them. Yeah. Or at least those two.
Yeah.
And yeah. So I was in my head. I was like, no, stop. I don't care. Get rid of them.
I understood.
Bring out the Heavenly Kings. Get rid of them, and then who's gonna stop the Heavenly King?
I think they're definitely gonna kill a lot of the great demons. I just don't think they're gonna kill all of them. And that's what she asked for. She said spare us. She didn't say all of us. And I don't think she means that either. Like, I think, like...
At the very least, I don't think anyone who
has that type of personality of, like, the toys and stuff, like, probably...
That's why I feel like it's only those two.
There's probably more. There's just not, like...
Doesn't matter, bro.
Like, they'll be okay with giving it up if asked, you know?
I think, like, first 100 demons gotta go.
It's only 66.
Okay, then 63 of them, or 64 of them gotta go, then.
Jesus, bro, they're not even all filled. All the spots.
No spots left, bro. You can't.
Alright, so you're going directly against what the princess said? Just fuck her?
Just leave her and the other girl alive, and that's it, bro.
No, they're asking for lenience on their race, not just them, bro.
I don't care. After what I saw, I was like,
that's why they're helping you to prevent that from happening. That
race cannot be allowed to roam, bro.
Well, also you gotta see it from Chiwoo's perspective. He's not pure holiness. He's a balance, bro. His god is literally Lubella, the god of neutrality, bro.
Yeah, but
he's not here to wipe out 64 great demons.
No one cares about her, bro.
He's here to wipe out half of them.
She's a B tier god, bro. We don't care about her opinion.
Are you talking about Lubella?
Yeah.
She is not a B tier god.
Yes, she is.
Bro, she was showing us like super strong, complete, true neutrality.
She's like bordering. She's border A tier.
Bro, she's definitely A tier.
She's not A tier, bro. No way.
Well, it depends. Who are you saying is A tier? The White Horse General?
Yeah.
All right, then I'll give her B tier. If you're comparing him to that, then yeah, she's B tier. Because White Horse is definitely stronger than her.
Way stronger.
And then stronger than White Horse is the Jade Emperor, which is I think what's behind Chiwoo or something like that.
I think a level is what, because the Jade Emperor is not behind that. It's someone on the same level as the Jade Emperor.
Okay, something like that.
It's a Sahi.
All right, I'll give her B tier then. Lubella's B tier.
Yeah, because like that's why I was like.
But then the native god of like Liber is like D tier then. She might be F.
No, she's trash.
Yeah, she's very weak.
But yeah, that's why I was like, nah. But I mean, then so what happened? Explain the plan.
So the plan, we didn't know about it at all.
Oh yeah, they took forever to explain it.
And then we kind of got an explanation. We didn't even get an explanation. We just saw it in real time.
Yeah.
And so what happened was they took a half demon, and Chiwoo took him to. Was it Chiwoo who took him? Right? Or was it somebody else?
What do you mean took him?
They so they took the half demon. They took him into the temple of Kabbalah.
You skipped so much.
I thought that was the beginning.
What? After they came back?
Okay, so after they came back, okay. Those are minor details. All right, so
what are you talking about?
There's this demon flower called I think it's just called demon flower.
Yeah, no, because they saw demon flowers. They wiped them all out.
But explain what they do.
What do they do?
So the demon flowers, wherever they're planted, they suck all of the vitality from the earth.
Yeah.
So it becomes like a straight up wasteland, like dead zone. Like nothing can grow there at all besides the demon flowers. And it like kind of acts as like a domain. So like demons get buffed, everything else gets nerfed. So like what they planned to do was they were going to create a circle around Shalai of demon flowers. So everything around them was like demon territory, and the only thing like that could hold up against it was Shalai. And then, but luckily they caught that ahead of time, and Shi Hyung went around everywhere and plucked like 99% of them, he said. Yeah. And he like destroyed them. And then after that, did I miss anything else?
Well, after that, he told him about the next, because that was in the first feature.
Okay.
And then, or after he did that, that's when Chiwoo told him about the second feature, and then he told him abandon the city.
Yeah.
And Chiwoo was like, no. Yeah. Like his intuition was telling him, we can't abandon the city. Like both his feeling, and he was like, if we abandon the city, like that's not gonna be good.
Yeah.
So that's when he went, and he had to go convince everyone, because he told them like, okay, you have to go save the dragon from the Kasabiya League. That dragon can't die.
Yeah.
Or
the last dragon.
Yeah. And then he went.
Oh yeah, Chiwu had to convince the other 12 Celestial Lights, right?
Yeah, so because he had told Ruhiana, Ruamu, Evelyn, and was there another person? Oh, Hawa.
Hawa, yeah.
He told them all about what happened. Evelyn was just like, okay, we have to do the plan.
Yeah.
Because we know the future. We just have to figure out the timing to backstab them.
Mm-hmm.
And then he had to go convince the Celestial
Lights to like follow his plan.
And then obviously they thought it was a good plan, but they're like, he's like a random.
Yeah.
Like to him because they don't know his name.
Yeah.
And then that's when he went into the third future. Mm-hmm. And he saw that the plan. He saw that they were stuck in the Kasaba Mountain.
I forgot about this third future, to be honest.
Oh my god!
I totally forgot about the third future.
Well, it was pretty quick because they didn't explain too much. But he basically they said because Emmanuel, is that his name? Yeah. He didn't want to do Chiwu's plan, so he was planning on leaving because he was like,
Chiwu asked him. He was like, "What could I have gotten you to stay?"
Yeah, because he told him. Emmanuel was like, "Oh, your plan would have worked
if you told us who you were."
Yeah, so that's why.
And it failed in that future, I think.
Yeah, because it failed because they left.
Yeah, they left.
They just left because that was the main plan. They were just gonna leave, but then they found out if they leave, they're get trapped in Sabi Lake and they're being slowly encircled in.
Yeah.
And so that's why he was like, if you told me who you were,
I would trust you.
I would trust you. And that's when he was like, in the name of Choi.
Yeah.
And we were just like, yes, sir.
Yeah. He's not Chi Chi Bong Bong no more. That's the Chi Chi Bong Bong.
And we were just like, okay. And now he had that authority. Everyone was shocked. Mm-hmm. And now everyone listened.
Yeah, everybody was on plan.
And they heard all of his achievements. Mm-hmm. And obviously they believed him because it was Choi name.
Name of Choi.
And he was like, wow, the power of the Choi name is not exaggerated at all.
Yeah, not at all. As soon as they heard it, they were like, we're on board.
Yeah.
And so this plan was a little crazy. So what they did, and you're going to have to help me out because there's some little particulars that I know I'm missing. So they started out, they got a trader who was a half demon. So half demon is demon and human. And they took him to the temple of Kabdala.
Of Cabal and Balal.
Cabal and
Balal.
Balal. And they take her there, and he has like this special like powder or something.
Yeah, of Fenrir's divinity.
Yeah, or no, I don't think it's Fenrir's divinity.
Someone's divinity.
And they use the divinity to like weaken the holy power that's making it a sanctuary.
Yeah, they were trying to weaken her, and then she would have to get rid of the holy power.
Yeah, it's like a domain. They get rid of the domain, and then it's like now it's a neutral fighting field.
Yeah,
and if it's a neutral fighting field, the demons are winning. And so then it works. There's just some particulars that I don't really remember, but it works.
Well, she was reading a script. She was pretending the whole time.
Yeah.
She's like, "Oh no, my power, it's gone. How could this happen?
Yeah.
I should have been more careful." Oh. And he was like, it sounds like she's reading a script, and she just got rid of her power instantly. Yeah. And then they realized, like...
And it was actually a boon to her, if anything. She got... Because it was actual, genuine, holy power.
Yeah.
And instead, she was able to absorb it, and it made her stronger.
Yeah, and she didn't absorb all of it. She just tricked him into thinking she did.
Yeah.
And she still had the other flower.
And then sorry, I keep almost calling them great demon. The half-demon tribe leader, I forget his name off the top of my head.
It's like, it begins with an M or something.
I know it starts with an M, but I don't remember his name. But he, like, everybody came in the room and saw that the half-demon was a traitor, and the half-demon tribe leader executed him himself.
No, he said he was going to after the war.
Oh, yeah. And so then the domain does go down, but that's part of the plan. And so the demons rush in. They rush into the city, and then as soon as they're, like, a good ways into the city, like, there's great demons in there, and the great demons are like, oh, we're about to feast. Then... Chiwu pops out and he calls upon the favor from the white general, White Horse General, and the White Horse General agrees to become one of the gods of Liber, based on Evelyn becoming his saintess.
Yeah.
And right.
Well, he was going to do that regardless, but Evelyn wanted to
become his saintess.
Yeah, to like entice him to come.
Yeah.
And he accepted.
Yeah, and then he came down
with a crazy holy territory.
Yeah, it was like
10 times stronger, maybe even more.
Honestly, it might be more because I think it was like
he was also their bane. So
yeah,
like, I think it had even more.
It was like I feel like it was like 100x, bro.
Yeah,
because they went straight up from like these demons being like OP to like straight up fodder.
Yeah, because
like,
they were getting slaughtered.
People like heroes with that hadn't unlocked like any of their abilities yet, who were still like godless, were just obliterating everybody. Like I don't remember the amount of great demons that fell, but there was multiple great demons that fell.
Well, they lost 6.
6 was it?
It was somewhere between 6 to 10.
Yeah, they lost quite a bit of great demons and a ton of demons, and then that happened, and then at the end, Chi Hyung actually showed up. But before he showed up, Chi Woo finds, how do you name the princess prophecy?
Yeah, like I think it was Sherna.
Yeah, Sherna. I think it's Sherna.
Yeah, Sherna and Astarte.
Yeah, and he's like, and she's like, thank you for not, like, are you gonna wipe us out? And he's like, no, I won't do it. Like, you guys can go.
Well, that's not exactly what.
That's not how it went.
That was like the second part, but he was contemplating it because he was thinking like,
why the second future?
Well, because he's like, why should I spare you guys? Mm-hmm. And then he thought about the first future, and he realized, what if the first future wasn't the Demon Empire? Mm. What if it was something else? Because remember, he saw nothing.
Yeah.
And if they had fought with the Demon Empire, that should have been the same future.
This would have been the second future each time, yeah. Yeah,
so they were like, something must have happened.
Yeah.
So that's why he was like, there's a third enemy lurking.
Yes, it is.
It's not the Cernitas, I don't think. Yeah. I think it was even. So I think technically fourth, because the Cernitas, the Demon Empire. I said third party, but fourth party. That's what I meant. Yeah. And then there's another fourth party that we don't know. It could be the bit. We don't really. They didn't say. Yeah. He was saying there's someone else. So it's like.
No, I was just saying the forces on Iber.
Oh yeah.
It's the demons, the Cernitas, the Abyss, and the
Casabieli?
The Animal Empire.
Yeah. And humanity, but
humanity doesn't count just yet.
Yeah, but pretty much
so there's like a fifth.
Yeah.
Fifth factor.
So he realized that, and that's why she said to like spare them, because they were saying like they could help each other out.
Yeah.
And his intuition was saying it would probably be a good idea. But then Shihyun came through, and he was like, these are 2 high-ranking demons, and she has a prophecy ability, I'm killing her.
Yeah.
Because, like, this is too much of a risk. And he had also said, you didn't save Charlotte, you only postponed the definite future. Yeah. I was like, what?
It's true.
But it made sense, because it's too hard to change.
Yeah.
But Shiwu is, different.
Yeah.
And I think that's what's... honestly, I think that's the real reason why he told him to abandon the city. Not to protect him, because he knows the only way he will protect the city is if he releases his power, and he doesn't want that.
Yeah, that's true.
Because his power is what can change the definite future. And he saw that, because he was not going to let Chiwa go. He stole the dice and his talisman, and then Chiwa started releasing the power, and Chiwa was like freaking out. And everyone saw it, like Ruamu, Ruhiana, Hawa. Especially when they try to stop him, they all attacked him.
Yeah.
And he was like, when he was wondering why Ruamu was trying to attack him, he's like, why are you doing this? Like, because I was trusting him.
Yeah.
And then he remembered what the last dragon said to him, and he was like, aren't you here because you trust them?
Yeah.
And he was like, damn, I don't even like trust my brother. But then he's like, fuck it, I don't care. I'm just gonna keep doing what I've always done, because that's how I've always lived.
Yeah.
And then, he saw Chiwa release the power, and then the relationship pretty much just strained. They were treating each other like strangers the whole time.
And
for
a while.
Yeah.
But we're going to stop there, because they protect the city. They beat back the demons. Sure enough, the princess,
they leave.
They leave.
They lost 20% of the territory.
Yeah, the demons lost 20% of the territory, and they're infighting now because like they that was a very big expedition and they failed.
Yeah.
And the White Horse is up, Cabal, and
Bella, and then Shanaz
are all gods of the city.
Yeah.
And that's where we'll leave it, because right after that is the next arc, which is the training arc.
Oh yeah. Oh my god. How long have we been here?
for like an hour and a half.
Hour and 20?
Yeah.
That's only 50 chapters.
It's 53, so that's the 253. That's what I was searching earlier.
You were so smart. And that was such a good thing.
Yeah, bro, I was thinking, I was like, bro, this is a lot.
It is a lot, because, I mean, we have to go in the nitty-gritty, because these were 2 big... Actually, it's like 4 big arcs.
All of these arcs have been crazy.
It's like 4.5. No,
yeah.
it's like more 4.
I think it's 4. The training arc is an important arc. That one's easier to go through.
Yeah.
But, yeah, that's 200, 253. And, like, all these little details have to be talked about, because they are going to be talked about later.
I don't want to miss them.
Yeah.
What? There was something at the beginning. I guess it plays perfectly. No. Oh. At the beginning of the 200.
Okay.
When Shihyun said he had told Chiwoo that he didn't actually help. Remember? Oh. He was saying like all those feats you accomplished only put us in the spotlight. We should have been growing our power in the darkness. Yeah. But now we're facing pressure from all sides because they're not going to let a 5th power come to light right like that. So it's like all you did was like put the burden on me, and like that was when Chiwoo was. I hated that, bro. Yeah, but he wasn't wrong.
I wanted to strangle him.
I did, but then Amy said what you said. She was like, I mean, "You still accomplished great stuff." So it's like while he was logic right, or while his logic makes sense, that doesn't mean he was right.
I'll say this one line from 250 to 300 that I think was so big. That was I think it was the Last Dragon. Should I even say it or should I just keep it? Alright. Is when he was when the Last Dragon was saying, wow, Chi-Hyung always does the best thing that he should do. What that causes is that he has the most minimal losses, but it also means he only gets the most minimal gain. And that Chi-Woo does the exact opposite. He goes for the most craziest risk, but it allows him to get the craziest reward. Yeah. And so like obviously they're 2 different spectrums. Like they're on the opposite side of the spectrum, and like that's why they fight so much. But like, and I think I would just say on Liber, I see both sides. Yeah. Cause like as soon as Chi-Woo fails, humanity's like wiped out. Yeah. But at the same time, it's like
Chi-Hyun's not making enough progress.
Yeah, you don't know. Like they've sent 9 recruitments for a reason. Yeah, you haven't accomplished the mission. You know, so it's like, when are you gonna pick up the pace here? So it's like I understand both sides. I'm on the hero side. It's on Chi-Woo's side. Yeah. I mean Chi-Hyun's side. I'm on Chi-Woo's side. Yeah. So yeah, that was chapters 200, 253. Anything you want to add?
No, that was a lot. I'm wondering how we should do the next episode. Should we just do...
Should we do the next 50 or should we do... I feel like we should give it a week break at least. Yeah. So Keyboard Immortal next week?
Yeah, we can do that.
Alright, so guys, next week is Keyboard Immortal. We're at like 100 chapters. We're excited.
I'm excited, yeah.
We got 100 chapters for Keyboard, and we got another 50 for Great Ruler. Yeah. So 100 and 150. That'll be next week, though. So you guys know what we're talking about next week. Keyboard should be litty.
Yeah, I know.
And then, anything else you want to add? Well, like and subscribe, guys. We got 8 subscribers. Went up. 2 more.
We're going.
I don't know if one person showed 2 of their friends or something, man, but we appreciate y'all. I want to hit 10. I'm going to be excited for 10.
Yeah, me too. Slowly but surely get in there.
Slowly but surely. Great Ruler, chapters 50 to 100. How was you feeling about it?
It's still a little generic.
Thank you, bro. I just feel it's so meh. You know, so... It's like...
I need more excitement.
It's so just like this is like... I feel like...
I feel like I'm reading...
A template, right? Like a template of like how I should write a battle light novel. Yeah. That's Great Ruler, bro. Like exactly like no like crazy things. It's like no, this is like it's like all the tropes, but you know a lot of like novels do like tropes in their own way. Interestingly, the Great Ruler doesn't do that.
Yeah.
It just hits you with the trope.
It hits you with the basic tropes.
Like and you just know exactly what's gonna happen.
he like the main character gets a power up. The very next fight, he uses said power up to win. In that fight, he gets something crazy that helps him power up.
Yeah,
and if he didn't get that power up, he would lose in the very next battle. And it's like he's on edge the whole time. Like each fight, he gains power.
And his clan is constantly like under pressure, and they're trying to be suppressed.
Yeah.
And it's like, come on.
And it's the strongest clan who's trying to like do something crazy. I'm not gonna say because it'll spoil it. But like they have big ambitions.
And then his girlfriend.
It's not his girlfriend. That they'll never take that last step because light novel. And not even the last step. How about the first step? So it's very tropey, and I gotta say it's so tropey that it's like uninteresting.
Yeah, cause I'm a
little bored.
I'm like waiting for something exciting to happen.
Yeah.
I think the problem is like we've read way too many novels like this.
Yeah. I think if it was,
we've also read a lot of unique novels that have had like better beginnings.
Mm-hmm.
Like pretty much so many novels.
I'll say this: if you're an experienced reader, you've gone through a lot of light novels, you're probably gonna be kind of bored first 100 chapters. If you're new,
you'll like it.
You'll like it a lot because it's like if this was my first novel, I'd be like, "Oh, this guy is crazy."
Yeah.
He goes from fight to fight, gets stronger every fight.
Yeah.
And it's like when you see it like 20 times, you're like, "I need a different spin on it." You know? So if this is like one of your first few novels, I think you'll like it. If you're more experienced, I'm not recommending you read this just yet.
So say maybe you can skim through the first 100 chapters and you'll understand like, oh yeah, this is all the same tropes I've read in like Battle Through the Heavens.
Yeah. If honestly, if we were willing to spoil, which we aren't, we could give you like a 5-minute synopsis and you could skip the first 100 chapters. Yeah. And like we wouldn't cover a lot of the main points, but we would just like tell you like the main important things and the rest is kind of fluffy. Mm-hmm. If you think about it, and like it's just tropes. That's very harsh. But if you're a new reader, you'll love it. I promise. We're not shitting on you.
Yeah, because when
we were there.
Because we've all been there where we've read this type of novel and we loved it the first time.
Exactly.
It was amazing.
Battle Through the Heavens, bro.
Exactly. We both
loved Battle Through the Heavens. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
So, yeah, guys, we're not saying don't read it. We're just like
when I read Dragon Prince U1, because it's obviously kind of similar. I think it had a better spin personally.
I think so too.
But it's still obviously similar. I was like, this is amazing. I already when it's still ongoing, and I was like reading like the MTLs to like finish it because I was like, oh, whoosh the world, you're going too slow, bro. I gotta go read the machine translated.
MTLs, machine translated.
Yeah,
I guess.
And then,
So, new readers, you'll love it. Experienced readers, you might not love it so much. But hey, we have another 100 chapters. We're going to see how it goes.
Yeah.
We got another 2 weeks of this.
Hopefully it picks up.
Hopefully, starts doing something different, But, that's a great ruler. That's how being a hero. To how being a hero is crazy.
Yep. We'll be talking about those next 47 chapters. Yeah. Probably right after Keyboard.
Right at the Keyboard, yeah.
Go to a little break.
And then after that, we might finally be able to do...
we're going to have a special episode of light novels that we've read in the past. Obviously, before we did the podcast. Yeah. So, because obviously we fell in love with light novels, and then we decided we wanted to do a podcast.
Yeah.
And, we have plenty of novels in the back.
So
just waiting.
Yeah, we've read a ton of light novels before we decided to start this podcast.
Yeah,
guys.
so we have plenty we're going to praise. Some endings we're going to talk shit about.
I want to talk to you about it. Are we going to do one novel, or are we going to do a couple novels? And we're going to do, like, hit big things. And just, like, kind of give our takes on them. Or are we going to go through, like, a whole, like try to go through, like...
No, we can't go through the whole thing.
That's true.
I think it's more like I want to do my takes.
Your takes on it? Okay.
Yeah.
The big points, the huge points?
Yeah, pretty much.
Alright.
Because I just want to see how I feel.
Alright, pick one novel right here, right now. I'm putting him on the spot, guys. One novel you want to do.
Desolate Era.
I knew you were going to do that. You love Desolate Era.
We have to talk about Desolate Era.
If you're doing Desolate Era, I'm doing Renegade Immortal. Guys, I love Renegade Immortal. This man has never read it. I'm spoiling you guys. I'm spoiling him. I don't care anymore, bro.
I read like 300 chapters.
Bro, this is like chapter. I think it's either 1600 or it's a 20 or 2400. It's like a 2000 chapter novel, I think. Bro, this one plot point makes everything just like mind explosion. I'll never forget this novel for this reason. And I was just like, I can't get over the surprise still to right now, bro, when I found out the surprise of that novel.
What, is it like at the end?
No, it's like 3/4 of the way through the novel.
Okay.
But like he goes through something and he explained like Wang Ling, I think is believe his name. He like finds out the truth of the worlds, bro. And I'm just like literally like explosion, bro. That it's
too much.
I've been trying to read it like that and A Wrecker's Journey to Immortality just because they're related to Will Eternal. Yeah. That's another one. Oh my god, I love Will Eternal.
I feel like we need to do Will Eternal too.
What are we doing them all?
We'll do a couple. I don't know how many we'll do, but we'll do a couple. It should be fun.
Write a list because we'll have hot takes for like 2 hours.
Yeah, we will. We just go off novels. We'll do all of
them. Maybe they won't be hot takes. But they'll be big takes.
Yeah, we'll do at least 2. So we're gonna do one. We'll do at least 3 probably. One, I'll pick Renegade Immortal for sure. You'll pick Deathslayer. We both read Deathslayer, and then the third one we'll keep it as a surprise.
Yeah.
Alright, this is episode 29 of Light Novel Fiends.
Yes, sir.
Peace.
Peace out.